Yo, what's up? A couple hundred lines of code later, and I finally have the image or facial recognition working. So check it out. Quick little demo. So I wrote this over the course of a couple days, starting I don't know, Wednesday. Anyway, yeah, so check it out. The algorithm kind of works like this. It finds whatever faces it can. Well, let me just show you what it does first. Okay, so tracks faces, right? So I need to update these options, but basically it helps you build a HOG SVM machine learning algorithm for for analyzing faces and detecting them. So it's pretty simple. You press P and it takes a positive sample. So there's my face, there's the HOG descriptor. HOG is a acronym for histogram of oriented gradients. Basically just calculates the change in color intensity effectively, and the directionality of it, gradient, whatever. Anyway, so you take a couple positive samples. That's kind of how HOG recognition is structured, is you have a positive and a negative set. It's a machine learning analysis tool. You can use similar things like KNN to kind of do similar stuff, but anyway, build up with P. So as you can see, it's taking a bunch of pictures of my face. Note that if I move around the screen, it's still just going to only take my face. The purpose of that is to minimize extraneous data that I'm sampling, because I'm also saving these images. And on top of that, processing power, it's faster because it's less to analyze when you're actually searching for stuff. So that's one thing I'm implementing right now, is you face detect first, so that and for that I'm using a HAAR cascade, which is a bit different, but that's just to find the general structure of a face, and then once I find that, I do the face recognition. So I just minimize the processing as far as what I'm working with, and I can also eliminate a lot of noise and other stuff that I might want to ignore. Anyway, so it's pretty easy. When you want to build your negative sample set, you just get out of the picture. Right. And it'll also do the same thing, build hardcat, or, sorry, this is in debug mode right now, so it's just showing you the HOG versions of what you built, but as you can see, it still has my positive samples here, and if I press P again, it'll keep taking more positive samples of me. Considering this is, I think it's considered supervised learning, but anyway, the bigger your data set, the better, and one thing to consider is to have a somewhat balanced number between your negative and positive set cardinality, just so it's not biased. Anyway, I got a couple of good samples now, so I'm going to press T, and that's going to, so let me just show you what's going on here. Oh, excuse this is just debug info, but we got, this is just some initial stuff I do. This is while I'm sampling. It just tells you where a face is at right now. So I'm at, well, basically where it's drawing this rectangle. In fact, I think I have it reporting on the center. It's either the center or this corner. Anyways, I'm going to train this thing now by just pressing T. You can see it's starting the training. It's done pretty fast, and it also saves it in an XML. I save it as a YML, but it's pretty much the same thing. So now it's actually detecting my face. As you can see here, it says, right, and that is because I am actually right in the frame, right there. But check this out. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the yeses there. So check this out. There's my face. Notice that it also detects this. This is a picture of my brother. It detects this face too. Yeah, there you go, see? Now note the, oh, this is gonna be really hard. basically, my face is covered right now by the frame, but you can see that there's a face detected. So let me show you the other screen. So as you can see, I'm perfectly visible to the camera. So there's a bit of noise. This is pretty primitive, but well, actually, I guess it's pretty solid right now. Anyways, I'm gonna put the picture of my brother, and it's going to recognize a face again. However, it's not going to report finding me in any location because it's not my face. So, okay, it's not, there you go. So there you go. So face is detected. Is David there? No, because that's not me. And if I had more faces to test on, I could show you that it works pretty nicely. But yeah, that's my example. It's pretty cool. Support vector machine. It's a machine learning algorithm for building like classifier. So I'm using, because you can use different features to classify with, but I'm using HOG descriptors, like I said before, so they're pretty effective. I guess the nice way of understanding them is pretty much this. You basically window your entire image and then get a histogram of oriented gradients for subregions that are sampled within your image in like convolution kernel. Anyway, that's my example. You can check out my GitHub if you actually want to download that, but thank you.